If you love villager impressions, I'll give you the best one of the bunch. Job's done. Oh, is that because the game's already over? Maybe, because we've got Japanese versus Juji. Pack it up, send it home. Make sure there's a military dispatch to say my commiserations to Philisberto's mother, because this one's going to be rough. He's having a hard time right now on the ladder, and no surprise when he keeps picking Juji. On the other side, Louis MT. One of the absolute beasts of the Japanese. This guy is fierce. He's one of the few players I'd actually trust to do it in Feudal Age, but I don't think we'll be seeing that here. The reason is that Juji are more powerful in Feudal because of Chuganu spam, right? You want to get out of Feudal as quickly as possible, and I'm a little bit worried that Juji can't stop Japanese from doing that. The reason is quite simple. Outposts. Outposts that will have arrow slits without you even touching the stone. We'll have to see. It is at least a little bit of a rough spawn from the position of the golden stone, so it might open ways, but what worries me is when the berries spawn back like this. This is tough because actually, if Louis just walls here, he can gather freely. Because in the event that Philisberto is going for a feudal all-in, he'll try to rush the berries to stop the food. However, you'd have to wrap all the way around for that. And here's a little fun detail for you. This is why against Lombos as well, you should do this. You put up this small wall against the tree line. If he wraps around like that, and you move over to these berries, he then has to go all the way around again, or dive the TC. Either option feels like a death sentence. So we'll see if Philisberto does try for that all-in. I think the spawn isn't going to be generous to it, unless he tries to ram rush the gold. So difficult to starve Japanese out of gold fast enough in these type of games, though. Especially considering a lot of players have discovered that Yumi actually ain't too bad. I don't think I've seen Louis do Yumi yet. He has admittedly got absolutely spanked by Yumi, though. If you guys remember, the other day we did watch a really cool game between him and Puppy Paw. If you guys haven't seen it, I believe it is already uploaded to the channel. It is an intriguing one. I didn't really think China could have that done to them. Philly in this game. Medigarden's probably going to be dropped down on the right side. I did mention like these type of maps do have some good meditation garden locations. So if you walked out here, that's going to be 48 food, 25 stone, 25 gold, probably about 10 to 11 wood, which isn't too bad. And this is what you're always looking for. It's what I thought might be the reason why you picked Juji here, is the corners in the sacred sites or the opposing tend to be overloaded with resources. Instead, he just goes for a safety one. Double stone. Okay, so this worries me because in this matchup, you're not defending. And the stone is only valuable when you're defending for hand cannon slits. I mean, I guess you could argue he's going to be defending in a few minutes' time. I like to look for a winning attitude, not a losing attitude. Yumi not bad? By going Castle Age, that's how. If you go Castle Age rush with Japanese and open Yumi, it's surprisingly effective. The reason is that by spamming Yumi, you have this amazing surge point. You Zerg. You are truly Zerg at that point. It's like watching Malians. And the beautiful thing is that once you go Castle Age, your Yumi basically have Feudal Age stats. And considering Japanese are one of the most aggressive castling civs in the game, it's a very advantageous position to find yourself in, because you basically become like the HRE Archer spam. So yeah, definitely recommend people checking it out. It's a very hard strategy to deal with right now. The thing that I think people have kind of misconceived actually with the Japanese, and they partially understood, is that this civ isn't quality as much as it's quantity. It's deceiving as quality because people think samurai and mounted samurai. Onimusha as well. But the reality is they are actually about quantity. People already tipped onto this with Onimusha. Like, a little interesting insight for you guys. Practically every pro, I'm going to say everyone, one or two probably felt different, but a lot of the pros in the early days assumed Onimusha would be worthless. The assumption is that they couldn't figure out where the unit lied and where its strengths were. They didn't really see its role in the game. And then the game comes out, and we see it very clearly. It's numbers, right? It's enabled by the Yorishiro drop plays. Yumi are the same way. When you think about the fact that Yumi produce quicker and cost less, Onimusha, for what they are, very valuable in terms of their cost and their production time. It's all about how you game the numbers. We'll have to see if Louis gets there clearly, because we can see Philly is ramping up for some aggro. Archer range plus the racks. Oh, racks this early. I mean, it's kind of interesting, right? By going by going for the Chuganu and the Spearman, it means Louis probably considers Mount Samurai bad here, but this enables the Yumi play I was talking about. Like, actually, if Louis just goes Yumi and plays double Yorishiro into Yumi, it's a wipe, right? Still has to get there, so we'll have to see if Philosboto can hit that window. I also do not mind Samurai against this comp. I just think Yumi works a lot cleaner. It gives you mobility to go and punish. I'm getting ahead of myself. We need to reach that age up first. Considering the lay of the lands, the outpost up as it is, this is definitely going to be a castle play. You should be able to tell very early whether Louis is going to be going for a melee build or a range build. Because players have gone very good at prepping Tatara while they're teching up if it is a melee build. So keep an eye out for that. Floating Gate will be the priority, but after Floating Gate has been triggered, if you see Steeled Arrow or you see Tatara, you'll know what he's going to do. Another thing I really like about the Yumi option here, by the way, it limits the amount of gold you need to keep the play going. All you really need is Veterancy, right? Which is 250 gold. And Steeled Arrow, another 125. So once you reach 600, you just need to get an extra 375 and you're good to go. Actually, I'd say in this game, Undermesh would probably be even better. And what? Philly, no. What? Dude, that doesn't work. Like, Arrow Slit should work here, right? Like, how is he not in range? He has found the pixel-perfect location to sit in here. I can't believe that doesn't work. It looks like he should be blocked out, but no. But look at this, Louis. He's so smart in the reaction. Instantly pulls the appropriate amount of gold workers over to get what he needs. That was a clutch read quickly. Because now, once this outpost goes up, it doesn't really do anything. Because if you don't prevent the critical amount of gold arriving, it's worthless. A little bit of a miss micro there by Louis. I don't know if we're playing on maybe Western servers. That felt out of tune for him, shall we say. So one worker does go down. It's been a 1-to-1 exchange, though. Remember, Philly did fluff on the outpost placement originally. Final gold drop is in, and it looks like we are just shy of the gold required for Veterancy and Steeled Arrow, right? Because Veterancy is meant to be 250 gold. Yeah. And then it'd be 125. So, oh, sorry, 325. No, he's good enough. Why don't, wait. Oh, I was thinking the full cost, 175. Yeah, so he's got enough. He's got either Undermesh or Steeled Arrow, and he's got Veterancy. The fact that he pulled away from the gold and didn't contest that with an outpost tells you this should be a Yumi build. Oh, which is why I feel so much worse about this from Philosboto. I mean, his build makes sense a month ago, actually. I'm not trying to flame him on this. I'm just being like honest in terms of the build he's doing right now made sense when Japanese players weren't aware Yumi was an option, right? Because now, like, you can't get any gold for your critical units. Mount Samurai, Onibigisha. These are the backbones of this Civ. But there it is. Confirmation that I watched way too much of this game. Archery range on the way. And Philly's a little bit stuck now, isn't he? They're playing on West US? Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So Louis will have a much higher ping. Louis will probably be like, what, 130, 140 ping? And Philly will probably be about under 80. Losing with a ping advantage? So what does Philosboto do now? You could actually pivot into Rams really quickly, but he doesn't have a Blacksmith, right? The reason you go Rams here is you dent the outpost and then move in for the archery range. Because if this archery range dies with Yorishiro in it, the whole plan falls apart for Louis. Instead, he's going to try to dive the wood line. A little bit of a miss micro there. Louis using the Seek Shelter. Works against him. But TC fully garrison and Philosboto now with the dive. I don't see how it does enough damage here. Ooh, big play. Gets the Shinto. Okay, so that's going to slow down the gold trickle. Still, this is going to be you losing one wave of your Chuganu in a game where you're still only feudal age. Back onto the wood we go. This is where the game gets scary. Yumi are insanely fast. 1.38 movement speed. They can easily chop you down when they find small pockets of Chuganu, but they can also just as easily now walk across the battlefield. And Philly, oh, buddy, he's hanging in feudal, isn't he? That's awkward. The problem with staying in feudal here is that Yumi with Steeled Arrow, I mean, they do decent damage, right? And you still don't have blacksmiths. So with no undermesh, these Yumi hurt. They're going to be doing 7 damage, and you only have 2 armor. Oh, so we've got some Yumi and them. So at this stage, these Yumi are essentially like longbows, right? They don't have the range, but they have the damage. Villagers are going to have to pull back. Steeled Arrow has not been prepped. What did he get instead? Because he definitely had the gold originally, right? I'm almost certain of that. Okay, so he went and bought gold with the marketplace. He's actually going for the Siege Workshop. Second Yorishiro is on the way. You typically put this in the other archery range because you want to double pump. It's really strong here. Did he go for the wood upgrade? Well, he has... No, he didn't go wood upgrade. It looks like actually he may... Yeah, he went for Takazaiku. So he got the second wheelbarrow deck. That's what happened. And it is indeed going to be double Yorishiro archery range. Little fun thing. I think you can drop these when they're not complete. Unless they patch that. You used to be able to drop Yorishiros in an incomplete building. But I think the auto rally doesn't work. I think you have to click it. I distinctly remember that being a thing. Steeled Arrow now also on the way. Philly's got such a tough timing here to align. If he backs off too much, Louis will just rush him. If he goes too deep, he'll die. The goal here is to reach Castle Age. The good news is because of the way that Phil's boat is surrounded the base, it's very difficult actually for Yorishiro dropping Shintos to go and pick up relics. This move right here, he pulled all the Chigini back, so that's actually going to be a free relic for Louis. A little bit surprised there actually. I think the Chiginu are somewhat disposable at this stage. Maybe he thinks they have value because he's up against Yumi. But they don't when they find fights like this. Yumi are just going to dive past. Like, look how quick that is, right? 2 hand cannon shots come out. You get 1 kill before they get out of range. Oh, Chiginu should be falling. I mean, the good news is Philly actually pulled the attention away from his base. That was really smart. Because if they were running back home, then the Yumi would already be halfway there. People should take note of this. Don't always focus on how you save someone. We used to call it save a hero syndrome in Dota 2. Right? If someone's dead, don't add to the bonfire. Get something out of it. And he done that. He bought valuable time for the tech up. And Lancers can now be added in. Okay, so 4 ranged armor, definitely feeling a lot better here. But with gold re-access, this should be a quick rush into level 2 range damage. And we're getting very close to the stage where... Oh, he's already got it. Yeah, Bannerman's on the way. I was about to say we're getting close to the Bannerman, but we're already there. Yumi Bannerman in. Now, this is cool. Remember, he has 7 damage. He gets a 15% increase, which equals out to 1.05 damage. So it's a true +1 range tech. This is where you start to actually feel like real archers. This is where you start to feel like the HRE, man. Shalamonk. Ooh, he's going to move quick enough there. If that had been 5 seconds more delayed, that's a dead monk. Especially with this movement speed difference. Yumi are now marching in, though, and Philly needs to get the hell out right now. He's not reacting, though. Philly! Oh, no, dude, he can't get away from this. Like, if he wants, Louis will stick on top of you. He has more movement speed than the archers. Looks like he missed rally through to the south side of the archer range, though, so Phil's Berto will get most of the villagers away. This game just got hard, man. That other time alone, like, look at Phil's Berto's gold now. He's not set up to gather anywhere else. Yumi already blocked. Dude, the irony? This game is a game of gold block. First, Philsberto starved Louis' gold, and now he's returning the favor. And now you've got to ask the question, like, whose comp works better without gold, right? Like, theoretically, you should be able to spam Horsemen as Philly here. It's a very expensive comp, though. And I don't know if he's got that much long-term food. Sneak out to go on the flank. Louis does need to send an extra group to the north side. Ram is going to just clear up the vision near his base. And I'm a little bit surprised, actually, Louis didn't send a small group north. Oh. This is why scouting the entire map is so important in AoE 4. In fact, Louis, you know, considering how good he is at outplaying people and outbraining them, I think he's good enough to count to, like, at least 10. So he should be able to count the gold veins and say something doesn't make sense here, right? Like, kind of shocking that he didn't check for that. Out Samurai now on the way, though. This counts everything that Philly has. Yumi? They're so fast, man. It's so ridiculous. You thought watching Chuganu shred Horseman look dumb? This kind of has that similar feeling. Horsemen need a buff, man. You know, I had Crackety ringing it in my ear for a while, and I wasn't fully convinced. I think they had their place, but I think this matchup convinces me Horsemen are too weak. Because the problem is you just can't stick on top of your target. And they disengage so quickly, you end up just clowning over yourself. Agreed, they definitely need a range buff. Like, not quite Sipahi levels, but something in between. They just take way too long to get on a target. This is baffling. One Mountain Samurai just drags all the attention as well. That makes it even worse. He has got the level 2 ranged upgrade. Only undermeshing for Felisberto, so he's not actually tanky, and instead he turns on him. Louis gets on top of the Chuge. No, this is over. Second wave of Lancers coming in could maybe recover the game for him. More Mountain Samurai should be coming down the way. Ooh, is he going to survive this? Okay, actually, I called it too soon. I think Louis mismacroed. He's got food issues right now. He should have 2 more Mount Samurai coming out, but he misplayed that a bit. So Philly, by the skin of his teeth, stays alive here. Chiganu getting targeted down, though. And Lancer should be mopped up. 1 Mount Samurai should be good enough to absorb this. All right, looks like I was half a minute off on my timing of calling this over, because now we are borderline there. Boom. GG gets called. I don't know if Yumi are going to need to be nerfed or Horsemen just need to be buffed, but something is off here.